Well, look, I can't speak for Gender GP and Dr. Webberley. She answered the questions for herself. But what I would say is that I found your tone and approach wholly unacceptable because you are suggesting this idea that somehow transgender people are not real, that they don't grow up with these incredibly intense, difficult feelings.
People. Kids was my focus.
Yeah, and where do you think transgender people come from? They realise this, just like gay or lesbian people, they recognise their identity as a child, and it causes some children the most intolerable pain. And people like Dr. Webberley, people that help those children to access healthcare, are doing the world of good. And I think to try and brand them as evil or anything like that is wholly unacceptable.
All right. So I think it is evil when she thinks telling me that I should have told my 2-year-old son, my beautiful boy, my sweetheart Zach, that when he said to me, Daddy, I'm going to have a baby, she said that I should have said, yeah, of course, yeah, you can do that, Zach, if you want to. That is evil, Benjamin. You not agree? What's your thought process on her comment to me about my son?
Well, look, she's absolutely right, of course, because when your 2-year-old son made that comment, he was not making any comment about gender. He will have no idea how the process of producing a child works. And so he wasn't saying he was male or female. It was the kind of comment that a 2-year-old makes freely about life. And what she was saying is that it shouldn't be for you to shut down a children's imagination and experimentation. Now, 2-year-old...
I'm a bloody dad. If my son says to me, I'm going to be a girl and have a baby, I'll say, no, you're not, because that's not possible.
But your child didn't say that.
He said to me, Daddy, I want a baby. I said, Zach, only girls can have babies. And he said, OK, I'm going to be a girl. I said, no, you're not, because you're a boy. It's impossible.
But you do understand that a 2-year-old clearly has no concept of either of those things yet. But when they grow older, you get...
Exactly. I'll stop you there. Exactly,
no, because
Benjamin. They have no concept. So don't entertain any ounce of a conversation or even sort of sense of reality that a child can change their gender.
That is what you are doing, Ben.
Whatsoever.
You are indoctrinating children into believing that they have to be in a particular description. It is you who is putting children at danger. The fact is that transgender people exist. They have a right to be welcomed and celebrated, and they have a right to healthcare and mental support like anybody else. I think you're mad, actually. I think we should have a much more progressive view on this.
I hope you're trolling me. I hope you're just saying these things for TV, because otherwise I'm gravely concerned for you.